with what's going on with the young people, because I know that that's the wave. It's look, a lot of times, man, we get disconnected. You know, those of us that's older, we get disconnected with what's going on. But these young guys in Houston, man, they got it. You know, so I'm trying to hone in all of that. On top of getting placements. A lot of those placements I can't talk about right now. They're coming. They are coming. They're major placements, like, you know, million record selling artists. But because we've had them come through our studio already. One notable person that we've had at our studio is NBA Youngboy, who has come really, you know, hardhead. Marcus, I'm sorry. Because I don't know if he like me calling him hardhead as much lately. But Marcus, Hardhead Richard, a lot of those early recordings of, you know, after he kind of had a buzz, NBA had a buzz, he came to Houston, recorded at Fresh Sonic. So, I mean, like, dude, like, we have people coming into the studio from Louisiana. I mean, they're traveling from Monroe, Baton Rouge, and they're blocking like 5-10 hours.
That's
like,
great.
They just want to be there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Baton
Fresh
Rouge,
Sonic
NBA
Studios.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have that, you know, we have a custom microphone in there too that we built. We are, to me, one of the most efficient studios because our vocal chain, our production value is, you know, really second to none. You can come in there and in an hour, we've designed our system to where you can come in even by yourself if you wanted to, use a template, come in, do your song, and you could distribute it that day. It's gonna sound good. We're not giving you all the rigmarole where, okay, yeah, just track it with us and then we'll mix later. Like, if you want to walk out of there with that song, you can. If you want to put some more time in the mix, you can as well. Because our whole thing is the future. What's the future looking like? The future is quick.
Yeah.
You got stuff like Lander out where you just throw your song in there and master it. So we're matching that. You know, there is room for music studios. You just have to adapt to where it's at. So, I mean, that's where we're at, man. I mean, it's a lot of great stuff going on over there. Like I said, you know, as of recent, probably some of the most notable as far as like local artists. OTB came and got a Suicide beat. Lil Jeremy was working with Young Martez over there. So we getting guys like that.
Yeah.
And I might be missing a few, but I don't know.
I'm a fan of Lil Jeremy. I like the way he spells his name.
He's dope. It was amazing to watch him work. Honestly, to watch him work and put together, you know, his verse for a song was amazing. I mean, the guy's a professional. That guy's a professional. He's definitely, you know what I'm saying, to the moon. So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff we got coming over there, man. Definitely heating up, definitely getting eyes on us, and I just want to be part of it.
You also said you like to keep your eyes on like the younger class or just younger. What do you say, or what are you seeing as like one of the biggest, well, let's just say differences between a lot of the younger kids that are coming up and the older?
They get it. They understand what this reality is. They know that they must put out content. They're not locked in by any type of restraint of how to make the music. They make it. They're singing. They are singing. They are really into music making. There's melodies there. Like, I could get real nerdy with this, and a lot of people miss this. But I see in the youth, you know what? That's why I know that this is my time, even though I'm older than a lot of these dudes, is that I've always wanted to make this type of music, and these young people are doing it, and we knocking them. We're being real old fogey about it, like they're crying and shit, because it's like, but look, dude, these dudes are using melodies. They understand song arrangement. They know how it should sound. They're singing. They're actually singing. Okay, even the women, they're rapping. The women are rapping. I love the women right now.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, like, I love that shit. Like, they're rapping. So, I mean, they just get it. They understand where they're at with this. You know, they're on shit like Triller. I think it's what it's called, like Triller and TikTok. I mean, you know, you got guys out here sweating to get a damn 3 weeks for a video that they did to a song, and they're just doing Triller videos.
Just put it out.
Putting it out.
Who was the guy we interviewed? Nanas. He just had the song Nanas with Lil Kiki.
Oh God,
man! Now it's gonna bother me. Either way, I mean, he'll look him up as we're doing it. But his was crazy because we would see him all the time, and he was putting out these high quality videos. And when we were interviewing him, I was like, what's the next video you got? And he was like, oh, I don't know which one we're going to release for which song. I was like, well, which ones you got for the songs? He's like, all of them. We did a video for all the songs. Like, he goes, I don't, like, at this point, at this day and age, you should have a video for everything.
That's so smart. And he
like,
had creative stuff. TBW Sir Spitter.
TBW Sir Spitter. It's literally like you have, and you see, I'll bring up what you're talking about. We're making fun of him. The kid out of A-Leaf, Tisa Korean.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the ones where it's like
vibes, man.
He has a kind of young thuggish, sing-songy, just offbeatish flow, and you would see people at first online like just making fun of him, like this is what's wrong with the new hip hop or whatever. But he kept making songs, and then like if you listen to songs, I'm like, some of these songs catchy, and the kids are listening to him. Like that's just it. And he puts out a song every day. And he does something every day. And he keeps doing it every day. And meanwhile, you're over here trying to track stuff together to get your album ready and might shoot a video. And he's not thinking about putting together an album. He's literally like, I'm putting together a song and a video, and that's going to be out tomorrow. Then another song and a video, that'll be out tomorrow. Then another song and a video, and that'll be
just
out.
Pumping them out.
And then maybe I'll put an album. Fader came and interviewed him.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden now you've got these things coming down and they're like, oh, what are you doing? Because now you have 1 million streams. Now you have people looking at it. Now that's the cachet, and you've got these people that have been looking,
putting out demos,
laughing, looking and laughing, and they're like, well, how can I do that? How can I get how come these people ain't looking at me? And I was like, because you dropped one thing and then you left it.
And it was boring. Nobody wanted to hear it.
Nobody wants
boring.
to hear it. You have no.
Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. I'm a fan of his. I watch him all the time. Something he talked about was, in this day and age, is a day. Every day you wake up is a day to bat. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, so maybe Charm God LP didn't really work. Maybe Rearview Mirror didn't really work. But maybe just Call First that drops tomorrow. Maybe it works. Like maybe it works, and it's like you got, I think people are willing to give you that many chances in a day and age where you could totally be forgotten after you put out something today. So you have to stay in someone's face. They want to see you working. They want to see you creating elements, and they want to see you living in the bullshit that you're trying to sell them. And so these that's why I said the kids get it, man. They living in it.
So real.
It's a cat named Young Dej. That's how you pronounce his name out of A-Leaf? Is that how you say it?
Young Desi does
Young
stuff
Desi,
with
okay,
Tisa Green. Yeah, same thing.
Yo, man, that
Incredible.
dude, I listened to his album and I was like,
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, that's the one we heard. It was
amazing.
yeah.
They told us to. We had a friend and he goes, hey, I used to teach him. And he goes, I want you to go listen to this album. It was like 13 Reasons Why. And we went. I wasn't even going to really listen to it, but he had a video for it. He was dancing into one of the little stores. I was like, oh, I know that store there.
Yeah.
And he danced into it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then he just kept on putting out music. And he kept on putting out music.
So y'all get it.
And then it was one of those things where it's like, and he does
within
that.
6 months.
First of all, he does that dance. He does that. Oh, no, he's one of the ones because we were supposed to get an interview with him.
Yeah.
And then he immediately, like, we were texting back and forth, and then he's like, I have to fly out to Atlanta. We're like, why? He goes, things are moving. And then it's like the next thing we know, he's signing with major artists, signs with Wiz Khalifa. And now, he's shutting down the Popeyes out in A-Leaf shooting the video. And then he's shutting. But that's the thing where it's like, these are people that are, in spite of what you might think, like, oh, I don't like that. Why he's singing and dancing? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. I'm going to just keep on doing it. And like when this was probably this summer, Young Desi and Tisa Korean came down and had a show together. It was like downtown.
Yeah. And it
was a nice little show.
Yeah.
Like
they popped off.
Yeah.
And that's the silver lining in this thing is that while we talk about infrastructure, I think that we need to create the infrastructure to capture what's about to happen. Houston is about to really go to another place, and I see it. And it's the young people. And so I'm like, yo, we need to create something that's going to capture that and just, take care of it, so it doesn't get distorted and all lost.
And keep it in house, because some people go. I mean, because look, like last summer it was Travis Scott. This summer it was Meg Thee Stallion. These are big artists. We're not when we strike hard and we knock it out. So I'm like, golly, Houston's the best. Like, it's a thing. Plus, I mean,
Houston has had the last 2 summers.
And that's
the major artists of the summer. Wendy's is out here tweeting about Hot Girl Summer,
and that's like. It even I say hot girl summer with my homeboy. It don't even sound right being like, hey, we finna have a hot boy summer. I'm like, yo, we finna go over there for the hot girl summer. Like, it sounds like, I mean, but I agree with you guys' point when it comes to, I don't think a lot of people realize how old they've become, and just like how things have changed. I was in the barbershop today and I was asking about whatever. I was asking about 21 Savage and DaBaby, and they was like, I don't listen to him. And I go, oh wait, y'all don't, like, why? And it was like, I only listen to old stuff. And I was like, well, rap is in the best position it's ever been. And I'm like, I think you kind of stop paying attention. Like, when people say the Migos can't rap, and I'm like, they're like Bone Thugs and Harmony if they made singles. But you like Bone Thugs, but you can't listen to the Migos? Like, just give it a chance. Like,
or even watching 21 Savage was lumped into
mumble rap, yeah.
First of all, everybody was a mumble rapper. For like a whole year, they was like all mumble rappers, and then one of them break out with something like, okay, well, Young Thug ain't a mumble rapper no more. Now the rest of y'all
are. Who is
a
mumble rapper?
Okay, now 21 Savage ain't a mumble rapper no more. Now the rest of y'all are. Now the Migos ain't mumble rappers. The rest of y'all are. And now it's like, did you ever listen to their music? Not one time. I told people 21 Savage speaks quite clearly.
Yeah.
so it was literally
you
saying like, oh, I just think that these guys are I'm just a lump them in because I don't know them.
Yeah, you're old.
I think also too, man, a lot of people just aren't music lovers like they say.
No.
I think a lot of whatever the soundtrack has been of your life is what you will tend to migrate back to. Your mind isn't open to just really listening to other music. I mean, when you really have a conversation, try to have an in-depth conversation with people about music, you could tell, like, you really don't fuck with music like that.
That's
you
true.
just kind of like the soundtrack of your life, because some of this shit is like, dude, I'm not going to listen to that for the rest of my life. And you're right. That's a great parallel is, Migos and Bone Thugs. Because, I mean, Bone Thugs, that was mumble rap, too.
Yeah, if you think about it.
That's what it's saying.
But it's like, you like what you like because, like you said, soundtrack of your life.
Well, I think my thing is, once people started sounding like my dad, the way he talked about our music, then I was like, okay, y'all are flipping up. Because I understood my dad was like, oh, you really like that Method Man, Mary J. Blige? I remember he was like,
I knew that.
I said, I actually do like that version. I like the original as well. I like You're All I Need, the original, but I also like this one. And so it's one of those things where you would see people like
the Beyonce I saw before I Let Go. Old people, I mean young people be like, no. Older people would be like, we want the original version. You don't got love for both, but you like that Mary J. Blige and Meth?
Nah, I was at
the
Ski Master Slump God concert.
Yeah.
And he redid the Missy song. She's a bitch.
Wow.
Like, I was like, this is cold. I said, this is cold, but I was like, the funny thing too about it is this also exposes people to, because I will say one thing, the kids listen to way more music than I think the kids are a lot more freer. They dance, they cross brands when they dress.
Yeah.
Like, they wear whatever colors they want to wear.
Yeah.
And they are more open to more music where you can take a kid's headphones off and you're like, what do you listen to Alanis Morissette? Like,
so I do like
they will listen.
They don't have
to
nigga ears.
Anything
like
because also because of streaming. we had to pay for music.
Yeah.
I told you.
You're right.
I bought Cannabis's first album and
so
I listened to it over and over again and I hated it. But
I
paid
$12 on this.
I was like, I gotta listen to this.
I never noticed it, but I'm saying that's what I liked about you when you walked in. You was like, I listen to this and that, and I was like, oh, you don't have nigga ears, because it's one of the stressful things when I get in the car and I go, so what do you listen to? They go, everything. I'm like, so if I turn on this Manson, what are you gonna say? I don't listen to that. I'll be like, you listen to rap and R&B, and just to say it, like
you gotta have a good approach. I mean, like I don't know, like I'm a Steely Dan fan. So I feel like, okay, I like some of that jazzy. Yeah. I need some of that on this track. How do I channel that? And if you're an artist, like, great artists, whether they tell you or not, this is Jay-Z or your favorite artist, they're doing this. They're listening to that, how to put these records together and how the artist is going about, making the sounds. So they listen to that shit, man. You can't just sit up here and listen to rap all fucking day. You just can't. I mean, or maybe you can, but I don't, man. A lot of times when I leave the studio too, I don't want it. I've heard it all day, so I'm like, I'll listen to something else, man. Yeah. I love Anderson .Paak. I love the internet. Really love the internet. I listen to that a lot. I've been listening to a lot of that lately. I think Anderson .Paak is a genius.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think the internet is. That's a great band. Great.
The crazy thing about the internet is they come from that Odd Future camp that also got the moniker like, oh, y'all weird.
Yeah.
And it's like,
now look at them.
Now you look at it, it's like Tyler the Creator's creating this incredible music that everybody's like, oh, this is amazing. But I was like, if you had been